Thank you. With that, can I get a roll call, please?
Before, can I just identify who's 0719?
Glenn, this is Jim Gote. For some reason, I wasn't able to get on the computer, so I'm on my cell phone. Yeah, I'm on my cell phone.
Okay.
And for anyone who's jumped on the phone, you're not the only one having a problem getting in. It seems to be a lot of us are, so hopefully we can work that out for the next meeting. And then if anybody else, Glenn, joins, midway, feel free to jump in and let's identify whoever gets on the call. With that, if we can get a roll call.
Mike Sika.
Here.
Scott Frew. Jeanette Larson.
Here.
Paul Clark.
Here.
Randy Goldberg.
Here.
Richard Generon. Christine Fisher.
Here.
Ernie Hazovic.
Yep.
Joe Zenga.
Here.
Don McDonald.
Here.
Mayor Heck. William Kurtz. Glenn Court.
Here.
Ed Cristino.
Here.
Romanzo.
Here.
Donna Setzer.
Here.
Jim Gote.
Here.
Sean Kelly.
Here.
Dominic Sinelli.
Here.
Robin Rassiopi.
Here.
Patty Fahey.
Here.
Amy Peroni.
Here.
Mike McCormick. Charlie Cradaville. Okay, that's it, Chair.
All right, thank you very much. In your package, you should have all received the minutes from the August 26th meeting. The only comment I have on the last page under bill list, the word list in each of the July and August references is spelled L-S-I-T. Other than that, before we vote, anybody have any comments on the bill list, any changes? With that, is there approval to approve the minutes with the corrected spelling?
Motion. Brandon.
Brandon,
Second, Jeanette.
Don McDonald,
Abstain.
Paul Clark. Paul Clark. Joe Zenga.
Sorry, I'm going to abstain. I'm sorry, Bill. I'm going to abstain.
Okay. Joe Zenga,
Yes.
Mike Sika,
Yes.
Brandon Goldberg,
Yes.
Ernie Hazovic.
Yes. All right, moving to the
Just
administrative.
1 second, I let somebody in. Who's
Oh, okay.
9697?
Yes, I'm here, Charlie Cradaville.
Welcome, Charlie. This is Bernie. Moving on to the administrator's report. Bill, do you have anything there?
Yes, got the law synopsis as of 9/23/20 for the year 2020. Total claims to date 1,130,545. Proposed to a budget of 4,009,000 for a loss percentage of 0.23, 916, as opposed to a budget of 5,388,564 or a 51% loss ratio. And 2018, total of 4,035,670,000 for a total loss ratio of 0.60. Looking very good. So it's 1,920,983 in Amboy and Freehold savings, 4,600,000, and in for 618 for a total investment, 1,580,601. As you know, the rates are going just slightly less than 1%. So hoping they'll
Right.
pick up now that things changing.
All right. Anybody have any questions for Bill? Hearing none, we will move on to Donna and the managed care component of the meeting.
Good afternoon, everyone. August report for Quality Care, we had 115 bills that were received in August. 108 of them were in network. That gave us a 94% network penetration. Total charges were $296,496.76. They were repriced to pay $128,974.90 for a savings of $167,521.86, which is 57% of savings from charges. We had 24 injuries called in, 21 of them required treatment. There were, let's see, we're good. Okay, so I just wanted to give an update on the COVID cases. To date, as of yesterday, there were 53 reported COVID exposures. 19 of them tested positive, 1 was hospitalized, and there have been no fatalities, thank goodness. Other than that, that concludes my report, unless there's any questions.
All right,
One
thank
thing,
you.
did you get an appeal on that assistant surgeon we had presented?
No, it has not come. No, has not come in yet.
No.
No, has not.
All right, anybody else have questions for Donna? All right, hearing none, we will move on to safety and loss control with Glenn.
Yes, Chair, in the packets for the month of September are your claim reports with respects to all new reporting, as well as claims we closed off the system. Also, claims we're pursuing third-party recoveries on. On the liability unit, we're up to $8,293,263. On the workers' comp unit, $4,074,393. Also in the packets that were mailed out was a, as you're aware, Chubb is our excess property carrier, was a presentation with respects to water mitigation and loss prevention services they are offering. I know this just went out. Take a look at it. Basically, they have the ability to detect early warnings on a water mitigation or a water problem in your facility, and sends out all the bells and whistles and alarms. But I'll let you guys take a look at it, and we could discuss it further at the October board meeting.
All right.
Other than that, I have Mr. Gote on the line with respects to his right to know and OSHA.
Yes. We conducted training in September at Borough Milltown, Borough South Brunswick, and conducted 2 sessions at Borough Spotswood. Actually, one on the 14th. We have one scheduled on the 28th for bloodborne pathogens. For October, we have with South Brunswick forklift safety and South Boundbrook personal protective equipment. We have completed the documentation needed for creating all the books for the right to know documentation, so that we will begin to schedule next week to provide deliveries. There will be all new books, so the ones that you currently have can be archived at whatever facility you wish to do so. We will provide you with everything new that you need to have. In addition to that, we have received permission from the New Jersey State Safety Council to conduct defensive driving training sessions virtually. So that is something that we will begin to try to make available to your clients, to the clients, and we've had the city of New Brunswick that has asked that all our training in the future for them be conducted virtually. Most clients still prefer the online, but we have both capabilities as far as in person as well as virtual. So we're doing a little bit of both. We get a lot of questions from your personnel, and we just recently sent out an email to address it, whether PIOSH and OSHA are backing off as far as enforcement activities for the required standards, and the answer is that we see no evidence of that. If anything, we see that they've become actually aggressive when they do respond to anything having to do with any kind of violation, especially with respiratory protection and PPE. So we are focusing our training on the things that they seem to be highlighting the most, emphasizing the most, which is the respiratory, the PPE, the bloodborne, and the hazard communications refreshers. So that's where we're focusing. We redirected a lot of training that we previously had scheduled in other areas, such as hearing conservation. But these are the ones that they're really focusing on. Any questions?
All right. Hearing none, thank you very much for that. We will move on to the finance report with Joe Monzo, and that was sent around, I believe, today. You should all have that in your packets.
Yes, you should. If you don't, I can send you one separately, but I sent it to Glenn last night. You know, we're moving along, paying our bills. I made the only change to the assessment receivable report is the change I made to Carteret. Last month I showed there was an excess over their assessment, but that excess had to do with a loan that had gone out to Carteret that had been repaid that I had misposted. To date, I haven't received any payments in September, so the report's exactly the same as last month, except for that one change. And we're, you know, well within our budgetary line items, three-quarters of the way into the year. When you get to the bills list, Glenn, are you going to verbally add those two bills that we talked about?
Yeah, I believe I sent a revised bill list out. So.
Yeah, there was a revised bill list that went out that
okay.
had more items on it than the previous.
Yeah, there were two bills due to the state of New Jersey.
State of New Jersey, yep, they're on there.
Workplace development assessments, et cetera. And I've done those checks, Glenn, so I'm gonna run up to Bernie's office because I was 2 signatures short for the ones he pre-signed, and then they'll be in the mail this afternoon.
Okay.
And that's good. Thank you. And Bernie, I'm gonna, since we're on the phone here, I'm gonna head on up to see you in about 5 minutes.
All right, very good. All right, before we move to a closed session, I think, Mr. Credible, you're the only...
Yeah, you have to accept the report.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is there a motion to accept Joe's report?
Motion, Jeanette.
Second,
One was the second.
Dawn.
Who moved it?
Jeanette.
Jeanette? Ron McDonald?
Yes.
Paul Clark?
Yes.
Jeanette Larson?
Yes.
Joe Zenga?
Yes.
Mike Sika?
Yes.
Brandon Goldberg?
Yes.
Bernie Hodzovic?
Yes. All right, before we move into closed session, I believe Mr. Credible is the only audience. Typically, we would do audience comments at the end. I didn't know if he had anything he wanted to bring up before we went into closed session. I will offer you the floor, Charlie, if you have something. Otherwise, we'll continue with the agenda.
Thank you, sir. I did have just a quick item I wanted to ask about, and first wanted to say thank you for updating the procedures for logging into the meeting and participating in the meeting. I noticed that there have been some changes made after my comments last time, and so I think that this is a superior way to do it with letting the public get directly into the Zoom. So thank you for that. And then I did want to just follow up on an Oprah request. I know at your last meeting I had mentioned the audits available on the website are only available through like 2016. So I filed an Oprah request on September 11th for the 2017, 2018, and 2019 audits. And that was a couple weeks ago now. I just wanted to make sure it's been received.
I did see it, Charlie. The 17 audit will be going out to you. The 18, I have to present to my board. I had a problem with respects to our auditor, but it should be ready by the next board meeting. So I'll get that over to you as soon as they approve it.
Okay. And if I could just understand why, these audits from years ago are not yet ready. I know 2017 you say is ready. You say 2018 hasn't been board approved yet. Is there a reason for that?
We made a change with respects to our actuary, so we're playing a little catch up. That's all.
Gotcha. And so any idea when 2019 might be ready?
He tells me as soon as your 18 is approved, the 19 should be done within 2 months.
Two months, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for answering my questions. There's not going to be any action taken after the closed session, is there?
We'll approve the reserves that we set in the closed session for the claims. Other than that, we'll approve a bill list, I suspect.
Okay.
And those are the 2 items that will be on. I mean, you're welcome to join back in, but those are the only things we'll be discussing that we'll be taking action on.
Thank you, sir. If that's the case, I'll hop off the phone. Thank you for having me.
Very good. Thank you.
Very well.
All right. With that, is there a motion to go into closed session?
Motion, Brandon.
A second?
Second, Dawn.
Right.
Okay. Dawn McDonald,
Yes.
Paul Clark,
Yes.
Jeanette Larson,
Yes.
Joe Zenga,
Yes.
Mike Sika,
Yes.
Brandon Goldberg,
Yes.
Ernie Hodzovic.
Yes.
Second,
Second, Dawn.
Dawn. Dawn McDonald,
Yes.
Paul Clark,
Yes.
Jeanette Larson,
Yes.
Joe Zenga,
Yes.
Mike Sika,
Yes.
Brandon Goldberg,
Yes.
Ernie Hodzovic.
Yes. Moving on to old business. Does anyone have any old business they wish to discuss?
Just Chair, the renewal surveys have been sent out and waiting for return of the underwriting data so we can start getting public on the records.
All right. Any other old business? Hearing none. Anybody have any new business they'd like to discuss? All right. Hearing none there. We'll move on. I don't think there's any more audience on, but are there any audience comments?
I'm just dropping off this prepaid. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. With no audience comment, we'll move on to the bill list. An amended bill list was sent around today. Dated September 23rd. Is there a motion to approve the bill list?
So moved, Joe.
Second, Jeanette.
Joe and who?
Jeanette.
Dawn McDonald,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Jeanette Larson,
Yes.
Joe Zenga,
Yes.
Mike Sika,
Yes.
Brandon Goldberg,
Yes.
Ernie Hodzovic.
Yes. All right. With that, the meeting's over. Hopefully, we can get all our get the Zoom issues corrected by the next meeting. So anyone who hadn't heard, you're not the only one that had a problem getting in today. There were several people who had problems, me included. So hopefully, we can work through that. With that, all in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
All right. Hearing none. We are adjourned. So we'll do this.